Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We're going on to match day 10 of Group C. We're about to see how this looks as Sporting Club Portugal are finally living up to their potential as they top this group. Let's see if they can make it matter. But first of all, we have Nice playing against Breda. This should be a out and out Nice win. They've been so good and Breda have just fallen off. Their form fell off a cliff as expected, but it's a little closer than I thought it would be. Diop scoring another goal. Sanson. Diop scoring a brace. But first, Sawa. Let's find Sawa. I think he's on top here. Yep. Sawa gets his first. Diop gets his fifth goal now with that brace of his. Let's push him up here. Boom, boom, boom. Pushing the rest of these guys down. So here he is. Diop goes right in there. Sanson gets another goal. We gotta find him, but he's like, I think he's down here somewhere because he's only scored one goal, I believe. Sanson, there he is. And then correct, he does get only his second goal so far. Okay, well. Sanson, right there, ba-bam. Home for infinite losers. So it's a 3-2 victory with them getting their goals. So does Limans, which I'm pretty sure it's his first goal. Valerius gets a red card, unfortunately, for the Dutch side. So let's go here. Limans for Breda. He gets a goal. But ultimately, it's not enough as Nice ran away with all 3 points. Now we have Southampton versus Toulouse. This will be a good match because Toulouse are still trying to get in the top 8, while Southampton are trying to stay in the top 8. Let's see how this goes. And Toulouse do get the win. And this is the CB that I was thinking of, not the one from the Group B. There was someone in there that had also the name CB or CDB. But it's this one. He's the one I'm thinking of from Monaco and Everton days. Goals from Magri. So let's go look for Magri. He's up here somewhere. He's a good goal scorer as well for this side as he gets his sixth goal. There we go. There you go, Magri. Then we also have Cienza and CDB. Yep. Cienza. Where the fuck you at? Cienza. There you are. Your fourth goal. They try and help your side out a little bit, but it does ultimately not matter as you guys lose 2-1. As they have their new goal scorer for Toulouse. CDB gets his first goal of the campaign. An important goal. This sees probably Toulouse get into the top 8. To see. West Brom versus Roma. That's going to be an interesting match. Both teams, but Maja is the top goal scorer, but Roma have been so good too. Oh, they make it close. And Maja does score again. Malin with a brace. Maja scores a brace too. So Pellegrini, Malin, and Dovbik. Alright, so Pellegrini gets another goal. So Pellegrini is now on 8 goals. Getting one away from Maja for now because we obviously know that Maja scores 2 goals. Putting him now at 11. Which is crazy. Marlon gets a brace as well to help his chances even more of getting closer as he's also on 8 goals along with Pellegrini, his teammate. Pellegrini and Marlon are pushing up there. Malin, and then we have Dovbik. Oh, also, Alfar's only scored 1 goal, I think, in this tournament so far. We find him. Dovbik. There he is. Gets his second goal. Kind of disappointing when you're considering that he's the striker of the Romans. He probably should be doing better. There you go. Dovbik right there. Big victory for Roma. And that result does put them ahead of Sporting Club Portugal because it's a +2 and they only had a +1 on them. So now they should overpass him in the table as of right now. Sporting still have to win their game or play their game. Let's see these guys. Everything good for them? I saw Muller and I thought about that, but no, Muller's a different guy. This is fine. Alright, Holston Kiel faces Rio Ave. What can we expect in this matchup? It is a Rio Ave win, even though they got another red card. Andreas and Aguilera. 2 new goal scorers, I believe, because I don't remember his names. So Aguilera for Rio Ave gets his first goal. And Andreas, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Andreas. There you go. They get a red card. I'm not sure who Petraso is. Pretty sure it's a defender of theirs. Let us see. It sucks to also for Rio because they have a really good defender called Ricardo. But he's like a right back or a left back or something. And their form doesn't have any room for that. And I literally tried playing him as left mid or something. I put it, but his only position is left back. So he can't play unless he's on the bench and then the coach subs him on. And at that point, that's their problem. Panathinaikos get a game against Sporting Club Portugal. Once again, making sure that I'm not missing something here. Alright, this should be a good game though. Let's see who wins this one. Mine's on Sporting. It is a tie. It is a very interesting tie. As Sporting take most control of the game, but they just can't take advantage of the situation. As Mateus Reis scores again. But first of all, Zaruri. He's on 3 goals somewhere here. Yes, he is. He's on 4 goals now. There we go. Push him down here. Zaruri. Right there. Bump. And Sporting's Reis scores another goal for himself, the left back. Putting himself ahead of these guys, Odoy and IU. There you go. Reis gets a goal there. I saw Suarez scored a goal, which means he's on 6 goals now. Passing Paistri real quick here. I'm pretty sure Bakasetas is the guy who scored the equalizer. He's right here, and he gets his 7th, putting him ahead of both Armstrong and Chipa Rocha. There we go. So, interesting game right there. All level between the 2 green teams. Barracas Central versus Petrolul. What can you expect from this match? I'm kind of expecting Petrolul to win this one. It is a tie. Tapia scores again. And Pop scores again. So let's look for Pop. Pop. They should be easy to see. There he is. 4 goals for him. Puts him all the way up here. Pop. And Tapia scores for Barracas Central again. Bring him up here. What does this beat? It's a tie for Barracas. It does do them good though, so there's that. Oh, we got a relegation battle here. Kayserispor versus Hermannstadt. Can Mendes in that midfield position get another few goals to help out Kayserispor escape relegation? Let's see. Yes! Oh my god, look at that. 4-3. What a game. Both teams fought for their fucking life. So Cardoso scores a hat trick, bro. What the fuck? Cardoso, from not having a single goal, because I don't remember his name, he's now up here. I'm pretty sure he hasn't scored a goal. Let's make sure. I can make sure I get this. Cardoso, yep, no, he definitely hasn't scored a goal. So he's immediately already on 3 goals with this hat trick. His first ever goal and his first ever contribution goal wise, and it's already a hat trick. Kayserispor, as he gets his 3 goals in that game. But so does Mendes, also pushing himself up a little bit here, because now he's on 8 as well. along with Malin and Pellegrini. Putting him there. As Falna scores his first goal of the competition. Falna for Hermannstadt. Gets his first goal. Very fast player, just doesn't really matter, I guess, at the end of the day. As Chitu scores a brace that puts him on 6. Putting him right here, ahead of Peistri. Chitu's doing really good, scoring wise. Well, huge win for Kayserispor. Just helped them escape relegation. I don't know why that looks like it's about to come out. Alright, Espanyol versus Al Ali. Now they're on like different spectrums, with Al Ali being on the top, like fine for top 4, and Espanyol still trying to get in the top 8. But both teams have really good quality. Can we see like a surprise? Can Espanyol beat Al Ali? I can't see that happening. And why do I even open my goddamn mouth? Who the fuck is Dams? Well, Pico gets a goal as a consolation. Tony gets a hat trick. Tony gets a hat trick. Oh my god. This group, this league, this group C is so, I can't read it. Like 1 second they're doing really shit, these players, and all of a sudden everyone's scoring hat tricks. Never fun. Ivan Tony has just launched himself all the way up here. Like what the hell? Ivan Tony scores a hat trick, and then Pickle, Al name by the way. Pickle for Espanyol tries to help out a little bit, but it's just ultimately for naught. And then we have Kessier, who also gets a goal. He's over here down here. Kessier gets his 4th of the competition. The Ivory Coast International. Putting them right there. And who the fuck is Doms? That's what's like bugging me. This is considering that Al Ali are even playing with their main right back at the moment. None of you. I'm gonna take over here. Al Ali, who the fuck is Doms? Oh, that's literally his last name. Okay, I thought it was just like a Saudi name, but like the beginning, like whenever Salem Al Dosari scores in this, it usually just says Salem, which doesn't help me at all. But it's what it is. As Dams helps them get a +4 on the table. Al Ali gets his first goal. Good for him. And now we have this. Alright, Tirol face off against Sligo Rovers. I'm expecting a Tirol to win here. And they do get it. Sabitzer, I'm telling you, bro. I mentioned earlier that he hasn't scored a goal yet. And he scores a brace. His first goal contributions is a brace. Sulz Bacher. For Tirol to open up the scoring. And who scores for them? Hakiki. He's already scored before. Hakiki. Nah, he's definitely higher. Pretty sure he's like 2 goals, right? I'm gonna take a guess and say he's on 2 goals. Yes, he is. Good shit, Carlos. So now he's on his 3rd. Right there. So he gets his 3rd goal to try and do something, but Sabitzer gets his first fucking goal contributions of the thing. Let me just make sure that he hasn't been put in before. Sabitzer. I mean, it doesn't matter if I put him down here or not, to be honest. The striker gets his first goal contributions in the form of a brace. Pushing these guys all the way up here. There you go. Sabitzer gets him the goal scoring now. Finally. Giving them a very important win. Now we have Exeter City versus Swindon Town. Now Swindon Town are like the worst team now, so they need to get a win here. How's Magnetis doing? Okay, he's in the Band-Aid phase now, so he should be able to come back soon. Let's see. XRC versus Swindon Town. Who do we got winning? And it is a Swindon Town victory with Smith scoring a brace. And Cole scores a goal. He's up here. I saw him earlier. I just saw his name. There he is. Cole gets his third goal to give Exeter City the advantage at the time. But it ultimately isn't enough as they lose to the League 2 side. If I can find Smith, there he is. I knew he was up here somewhere. He gets a brace, which now puts him on his 5th goal. This isn't Sam Smith, right? I'm not tripping when I'm saying that, right? There goes Smith. There he is. So Swindon Town do get a very much needed win as well, as they're also trying to escape relegation. Alright, that concludes match day 10. I'll call it a night for me, I think. Let's see how, I think I'm feeling a little better now. Maybe I'll do one more. I definitely can't stay past 2:30 at least, because I gotta still brush my teeth, so that's another thing I gotta take into consideration. But the table, it's looking like this. Roma, Nice, Al Ahly, and Sporting Club Portugal make up the top 4, as now the Sporting Club Portugal did get a draw, so that did hurt them a little bit. But they're still in the top 4 though, with Rio Ave, Toulouse, West Brom, and Southampton remaining as part of the top 8. Panathinaikos, Petrolul, Espanyol, Tirol, hosting Kiel, Exeter City, Kayserispor, Breda make up the middle of the table, with Swindon Town, Sligo Rovers, Hermannstadt, and Barraca Central still in the relegation area. Key takeaways: Hermannstadt have fallen even deeper. Sligo Rovers are now in the relegation area, with Kayserispor being the team that are now escaped. Even though they're all on the same points, it's just a matter of goal difference now. And those goals that Kayserispor scored the other game with Mendes really helped out a lot. So ultimately, everything is still up for grabs, although it's looking very competitive for the top 8 position now. And even for like first place, like 24 points between first place, and there's only 3 points between first place and 5th place, which they're also doing really good this tournament so far. So I don't know if I'm gonna call it a night. I'm just gonna brush my teeth real quick, and I'll figure it out if I would do it or not. So I'll let you know in just a second, and if I do come back, I'll see you in match day 11.